we are gonna get started. Let me go ahead and turn off this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and put this down too. All right, that way I can focus. If you like the tunes, let me know. I'll give you the link for that. This video. It's pretty good. It's open source, no copyright, so it's really game changer. Really game changer. What's up, Corey? What up, Corey? All right, so we're just gonna start with a quick some quick overview of the big news story of. We'll do the short news story of the day, and then we'll do the big news story of the day. Okay. So the first one I want to talk about is the whole. Let me just go ahead. Is it this one? No, we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll go ahead and focus on the I like to call them the parasites. If you can pick up what I'm putting down, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I want to talk about the parasites. So the parasites, who work for the evil empire, today they passed a new law, okay? They signed it. It's a law we've been talking about for a while that was about, adding more taxation, and some restrictions on your shadow wallets, okay? Specifically regarding staking, right? That's going to come in APY. That's going to come into effect in a couple of years. A lot of people are preparing themselves. They're looking into their game plan for travel, where they're going to live. I would recommend having a 2 to 3 year to 4 year plan. Now is the time to do it, as opposed to later. I just took a look at it today. I'm not going to go into the weeds of it, just because the scanners are paying attention, and they are scanning for every news story that has to do with that kind of thing. So I'm very cognizant of that. I just wanted to kind of give you an overview of what's going on with that, because I talk about being sovereign, being a free individual all the time. So one of the things I always say is pay attention to what's going on with them and what they're trying to legislate, because what they try to legislate today is going to affect you tomorrow. Kind of plan your way out calmly. I wouldn't freak out about it. Honestly, now is the time to kind of plan what you're going to do, just because it takes time to actually get a passport. It takes time to get residence. It takes time to do these things. Learning a language is going to take time too. It's easier to do things piece by piece than it is to waste, to waste time, and then last minute, you're in a hurry. One of the things I see people doing now are they're not getting that together. So that's one thing I would just say for that. I just wanted to kind of give that a brief overview on that. That's just my thoughts on the matter. Everybody else is going to be different. Everybody else has a different plan. Your life is going to be depending on what your idea of what kind of life you want to live is. So maybe you do want to stay in the States, and that's okay too. Just I would recommend looking into what you want to do. Unless you already live in another country. If you already live in another country and you're good, then that's fine. You don't have to worry about that at all. So there's that news story. I just wanted to touch on that, because that's something I've been paying attention to, and I take those people seriously. A lot of people, they think they're jokers. They are jokers, but at the same time, the decisions they make do affect our lives. So just pay attention to that. Just even tangentially will help you. Just a quick follow up on the rugging your job. If you're gonna rug your job for the whole shadow wallet things, I hope you already made it, because now the market has taken quite the dip. One of the reasons is this rumor right here about Mt. Gox having a Bitcoin. I probably shouldn't have said Bitcoin, but having a Bitcoin. So a couple of years ago, I'll do a quick storytelling. A couple of years ago, Bitcoin kind of had a the Mt. Gox was a place where you could get your Bitcoin long time ago. It was a website you can go buy your Bitcoin. And unfortunately, what ended up happening was they had a hack, pretty bad hack, and many people lost their money. Okay, now they're saying that it's recoverable. There's a possibility. There's rumors of people saying that Mt. Gox is going to release Bitcoin to creditors on the 20th. This person right here in Twitter. Now, obviously, don't take everything from Twitter as as gospel, but it's good to know that there's other opposing opinions out there. This guy over here says, he's one of the people who's had been who's a creditor who lost his Bitcoin. They're just saying that they're just finalizing it today. They're not giving it out today. On the 20th. My bad. So maybe do more research onto it and just kind of do your own research and figure out whether or not it's coming out. If they're gonna dump 141,000 Bitcoin, that's a possibility. I mean, it's very possible that it could happen. I would say just kind of take that with a grain of salt. I'm a little skeptical on that whole thing. Cody W says they wouldn't market dump it, would they? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell these days. It's very hard to tell what people are going to do just because we live in a very chaotic society right now. I don't see that they would do it. I mean, here's the thing. I always ask myself, what's in it for somebody, right? What's in it for them? What's the motivation behind it? Is it chaos? I don't know about that. It just seems like it's a little far-fetched. I'm only skeptical just because, what is the benefit? I'm trying to figure out what the benefit is for Mt. Gox. Now, if Mt. Gox is trying to buy Bitcoin lower, why would they have waited all this time instead of taking advantage of that major dump that happened, right? And just dumping it, right? I could see that being a motivator. That would have been a much more realistic to me, taking advantage of an opportunity where the coin had already dumped to a certain point. Like, what was it? It dumped to like 28,000 almost. If they would do that, then that's one thing, right? To me, I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit more shaky on them. Like, but that's just me. So what do I know? What do I know? But so I'm gonna go to the next news story regarding the whole markets being dumped. There is something that happened. This is our major story, right? We're gonna lead into our major story tonight. Why I sound like a journalist? I'm not a journalist. On other news tonight, I'm just telling you how I see the market and how I see the world. So what ended up happening as a result of all this, right? And as a result of many complaints, right? Remember we talked about the CEL token on Sunday. This is part 2, apparently. It wasn't going to be part 2, but it became part 2. Okay? It's kind of getting intense, I'll be honest with you. Because what ended up happening was I saw Celsius do this, where they are offering basically for a limited time, they're offering $600 in Bitcoin, right? For anybody who transfers USDC, okay? And they're now increasing the rate on the USDC from 8.8 to 10.02. Oh, wow. I gotta say, I find it very interesting that after all the FUD that came from, I'll be honest with you, I'm not the only one. I'm not going to say I'm the only one, but I definitely was one of the people on Sunday, starting from Sunday, who was FUDding. I've been FUDding for a couple of days. I'll fully admit. The reason why I'm not even, put it this way, it's just my opinion, okay? I'm not gonna say it's FUD because it's my opinion. It's just what I experienced with this token, right? It's just what I have witnessed in the market and what I have seen, okay? I can't speak for anybody else, but I can see the anger on people's faces. I can see the irritation in people's chats. I understand the frustration 100,000%. I truly believe that all of that it has culminated into this moment that we're looking at right now. 100%. It's too convenient. Now, this says November 12th, but it's been over a week or two. Like we've been talking about this for a while, okay? This is only just a part of what happened, okay? I'm going to follow up on today's topic. I'm going to follow up on that. Let me look at the chat real quick before I continue. Stephen V says, "Yo, what up, fellow flat earthers?" I just want to let you know, YouTube, I do not believe in that 100%. Okay, I believe in only the science. I follow the science. Okay, So we're just in a simulation. We're just talking about video games here. Voice My Ambition says this happens in games too. I agree. It certainly does happen in games too. Corey H says, "Yo, why?" I love it. Rigoberto says, when 120 sell. You know what? If 120 sell happens end of year, I will buy a lottery ticket, and I will also eat myself into a food coma at a buffet somewhere, because I have a better chance of winning the lottery, right? I have a better shot of winning the lottery and also surviving a so like literally I have a better chance of winning the lottery than that happening. Like I really do. Like it's ridiculous. And I'm adding the food coma part because I want to just eat myself at that point. If that happens, I'd be like, what? So eat myself into a coma. Just eat all the food. That's terrible. That's not healthy, guys. Don't do that. Voice My Ambition says a small game gets minnows to buy in-game currency, but once they get bigger and accumulate some whales that have no shame in spending money, they make the game to squeeze the most amount of money up. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? That is 100% facts. Rigoberto is laughing his ass off. So here's the thing. So today, we had an issue in one of our chats. Okay. In the chat. Well, you know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and we're done with that news story. We're gonna go here. We're doing it. Okay. We're going in. All right. Let's talk about it. Okay. Mysterio came back. He had a talk. Okay. He had a talk. Maybe I should hide this. Should I continue? No. Let's continue. We'll talk about this. Listen. I don't have a problem, right? If whatever you want to do with your money is fine. You can do whatever you want with your money. Is your money, right? Be happy, right? I truthfully believe that. I have no problem with anybody, investing in wherever they want to invest. God bless you. And I mean that 1,000%. Go and put your money. If you want to put your money, and you told me, Yin, I want to buy me some 1-inch, and I want to buy EOS and XRP, I'll be like, God bless you, okay? I'll be like, that's weird, bro, but I'm not going to stop you. Well, who am I? Just a guy. So tonight, I go across one of the chats. This chat is called Q4. It's one of our chats where we, have a discussion about what's going on in the Shadowverse, okay? We're all Shadow Worlders here. We're all adults here. We have a conversation. Sometimes it gets kind of rowdy. Whatever. It's healthy, fun conversations. Good time for all. We have a gentleman. I call him Mysterio. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna go back to my website. We're just gonna go back to my website. Okay, I'm gonna put the curtain back on. Okay, let's do that. You already know what's going on. So here's the thing. Our old friend Mr. Mysterio came in. And he started doing this thing, man, where he's, fighting people, talking shit about, pardon my French, talking smack, we'll do that, talking smack about the CEL token. Now, again, he always makes this thing, it annoys me to no end, where he conflates the two, okay? You can't conflate the company and the token and tell us that we're the ones having that problem, where we're the ones fighting it. No. You can't say that's our argument. It's not my argument. And one of our guys in the chat, Sam Perchansky, y'all know him, he had a very reasonable point talking about how the token performed poorly over the year. It's a very basic, straightforward, simple, even a child could understand. Hey, this thing was at this number at the beginning of the year. It's at this number today. Look at all the other things. Look at all the other dollars that are going up. Right? They're going to the moon, and you're not going to the moon. And then his argument is, well, what about last year? You can't argue about last year. That's last year. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? Who are you arguing with? That bothers me to no end because it's a disingenuous argument. It's also a what about me argument. Okay? Cool. You got in early, bro. I don't have a problem with that. God bless you. I hope you get in early on all the stuff and be successful. I really mean that. For everybody in the chat, I want everybody to make it. You're never going to catch me say, I hope you fail. I'm not that guy. Okay? I don't believe in that. But you can't tell me the argument is we're flooding the company. And you can't tell me because you made it, right? You got in early, that the token is still performing well. That's incorrect. Okay? The token did what the master of the token wanted. Okay? It performed according to his plan. His plan was to what? Bootstrap liquidity. Okay? The plan was to make that money and get out. Okay? He said he pumped it and he dumped it. Okay? Shout out to Lawrence. How you doing, Lawrence? He pumped it and now he dumped it. He's good. That token, okay, is his ex. He's done with her. You can't look at me and say, hey, what's going on with her? It's working out. No, it's not. She's on the street, bro. Okay? She's on the street. All right? You got used goods. Okay? That's what you got. And listen, again, it's your wallet. Do what you want. If it works for you, God bless you. If you're happy with it, then I'm not going to tell you what to do. That's why I'm not a fudster. I'm not fudding. Because truthfully, if it makes you happy, do what you want. Again, if it makes you happy, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not that guy. That's never been who I am. But what I'm trying to say is this token overall, for everybody who's in it currently and who's trying to buy into it, is a bad idea. It's a bad idea to hold it. You're living in a fictional world right now. Okay? This is not Earth 3. You need to come back to Earth 1. Okay? With the rest of us. All right? You're looking around the field. I'm seeing APY out the wazoo. Okay? I'm seeing guys making salary money, bro. You can't even talk to me about APY. You're looking really silly. You gotta live in reality. Like, I get it. You made it. Cool. You made it. I'm telling everybody else in the chat who is not you. Okay? It's not working. Don't buy into it. And we have guys in that Q4. We have guys in Q2. We have guys in Q1. I can't speak for Q3. I wasn't in it. But we have 3 different generations of people, all right, in the course who did buy that. And I'm not even talking about Q4 from last year, who was majority of them were in it. Okay? We're not even talking. If you really want to, someone said it best, and I believe it was Voice My Ambition. Shout out to Voice My Ambition. He really said it. The token, it turned out, right? It was revealed that it was all backed by us, okay? The mindset community. You have got to be kidding me when you're talking about, oh, it's doing good. Bro, when we sold as a group, like in intervals, it dumped. Where is the performance you're talking about? The level of mental gymnastics gave me a literal headache. I had to go get some Advil. I said, this guy is not living in reality. Give me 1 second. I had to walk out the door and get some Advil. It was that ridiculous. Okay? You can't talk to me about that. It's just not, you're not living in the real world, okay? Then his other argument was, he's talking about wait 3 to 7 years. Wait 3 to 7 years. 3 to 7 years? You want me to wait? You're telling me seriously, in this marketplace, the thing where any day things change, every single week something new happens, you're telling me to wait 3 to 7 years. That's your plan. That's your plan you want to do. Hey, if it makes you happy, I mean it, if it makes you happy, you do that. But that's about the dumbest thing I have ever heard. I heard a lot of things, okay? We have a guy who bought 10,000 of them tokens. We have a couple guys who bought 10,000 of them tokens. And even that, back then, was smarter than what you just said. Talking about 3 to 7 years. Out of control. That is just bonkers. 3 to 7 years is like a whole 2 or 3 markets. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about almost 3 markets. 7 years, it has to be at least 2 markets for sure. Voice My Ambition says, mindset community was used as exit liquidity. Thank you. Thank you. That is 1000% correct. 1000% correct. We were absolutely the springboard for some people. Some whales in the I won't even mention names, okay? Won't even mention names. I won't even mention names, okay? I'm just saying some people were like, yo, it is the opportunity of a lifetime to get this dough and go. I had swindled them, okay? That's why I called it the swindle last time. You know, I didn't even get into that part. That was a whole new level. That's level 3, okay? That's an L3 on that. We only went to level 1 last time. You know, now we're on level 2. We're talking, man, I don't want to get into that one. That might be its own episode, y'all. Talking about people using this community as an exit liquidity. That's too much of a red pill, bro. I'm gonna say it. It's too much of a red pill, bro. That's gonna be dramatic for some people. Anyways, it's okay to want something, to like something still. You can tell me, in spite of all that, Ian, I still like something. That's fine. You're human. I'm human. We all like things that other people don't like. We're adults here. We can agree to disagree on that. That's fine. That's a personal choice. You believe in it. You have a loyalty to it. That's okay. I personally disagree. I think that's foolish, right? You know, it's not healthy. It doesn't serve you. What do I talk about on this channel and this podcast? I always talk about do what works for you, but also have beliefs that are serving you, right? Have beliefs that serve you. Do not have limiting life beliefs. Don't have beliefs that don't serve you, right? You have to look at what's working for you and keep doing that and find ways to optimize that part of your life and leave things that don't work. That's why it's called life, you know, the trial and error. You know, adulthood, there's no rubric for an adulthood. You know, you're going to make mistakes and you're going to learn from them. That's the whole point. So, you know, shedding the fat and gaining more is going to be the way for you to be successful in life. You know, it's like being a sword. You're just sharpening your edge. You just keep sharpening your edge because you have to. You don't have a choice. Okay? No one's going to save you. You have to save yourself. So that's the whole point of this, is gaining freedom and sovereignty, self-sovereignty, and being able to move in the way you want to move and live the life that you want to live. That means not being beholden to some guy who helped you. He didn't help you. The truth is he helped himself. He wanted the token to make it to this point because he was helping himself. He was helping himself. He was not helping you. Stop looking at it like it's the same thing with the job, guys. I talked about this on Sunday. Was it Sunday or last week? It was last week when I said rug your job. Don't have loyalty to these corporations. Okay? It's a corporation. Don't have a loyalty to them. Use them like they use you. It's your money. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? You have to be your own team, your own PR team, your own celebration team, your own cheerleader. You have to look in your own corner. You have to, because if you don't, no one else will. Who's expecting? You can't expect people to, catch you if you yourself are not looking out for your own self. You have this weird loyalty to this company. They already played the game. They're done. They're out of here. See ya. We out. Anyways, don't look at the staking chart. Stay on track. Oh, no, not staking. Oh, I see what you're talking about. He didn't say staking. I thought he said staking. So anyways, my point is, have beliefs that help you. Don't tie yourself to any corporation, period. Unless your name is on the name of that company. If it said, hey, listen, if your name is Mysterio and it says Mysterio Incorporated and that's your company, fine. That's fine. You could do that. You be the Tony Stark of your company. That's fine. But don't have this loyalty that's going to be like, they're going to pull the rug from you. And they should. I'll be honest with you, I don't feel anything about it. I'm like, that's what do you want me to say? You did that to yourself, And I don't mean to gaslight people. I'm not trying to gaslight people. And speaking of gaslighting, this guy's gaslighting people in the chat, talking about it's part of the plan. Okay, let me tell you something. The plan was already executed. Okay, you've been had. Everybody who had a token, and I know guys who were freaking out. I'm in another group where there was guys freaking out over this token for a year. Is it going to do good? Is it not going to do well? There's a lot of turmoil. It wrecked a lot of people. That's pretty serious. For me, I'm looking at it like I already hedged my bets. I put in what I was willing to lose, and because that's who I am, right? Everybody's going to be different. People, when there's hope involved and money and hope are mixed together, it's going to be complicated. It's going to be messy. You have to be a little bit more cognizant of what message you're putting out there. Now, I'm not saying be some sort of like, your representation of whatever. That's fine. What I'm trying to say is don't present information that you're putting out there as factual when it's not factual. Oh, it's part of the plan. It's all working out, blah, blah. No, you're just being free PR for them. You're not telling the truth. The truth is it's not performing. It didn't perform. You don't know what the future has. I don't know if it's going to go. Who knows? Maybe it does go back up, right? Let's say in a beautiful world where everything is rainbow and sunshines and it all works out in the end. Maybe it does go to like $100. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at that, but let's say it does. Okay, let's say it does. So it gets to $100, and it's like your plan you're talking about. It goes to $100, and it's 3 years from now. So you're telling me these guys who got wrecked, and they probably sold. Let's be honest. They probably sold at a loss, hedged their bets so they could as the rules, quote unquote, as the wise investment rules state, right? They said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit out and de-risk my position. That's still a lot of opportunity cost. Even if they didn't sell, they kept all of it. All the opportunity cost is gone, just gone. Do you honestly think $100 per sell, and they had, let's say, whatever, it doesn't even matter. Let's say they bought 2,000 in them boys. You honestly think that's going to make up for all the opportunity loss that was there for 3 years? Do you have any idea how much APY they could get elsewhere? In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. You're silly. Stop. Okay? Stop. You're looking ridiculous right now. And I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart in the nicest possible way. You sound ridiculous. Okay? You need to let go of your need to convince other people. Keep it to yourself, right? That's the problem with this guy, guys. I don't have a personal gripe personally with the guy, like his personality, whatever. I don't know if he has I don't know if he has a social anxiety or whatever. But for me, it was like, dude, clearly you're not living in real life. Everybody here has been pretty much, I've seen some sob stories, and I'm just like, yo, this is kind of getting ridiculous. For me, I had already de-risked. Okay, I don't play games. When it comes time when I get an inch, it looks like it's not good, I de-risk. So I had been de-risking over the course of several weeks, and by the time I had my last draw, it was my last chunk. I said, all right, I'm out, and what really irritates me is when people still trying to convince, people like the Mysterio over here trying to convince, the unknowing in Q4 and other places that everything's okay. You can delude yourself as much as you want. It's a free country. Go for it. But don't you dare try and tell me in my face or anybody else in there that, everything's going according to plan. It's not. You're looking stupid. Okay? That's the cold truth. And he didn't like me, guys. He told me I couldn't put two, I couldn't put two words together. Put two thoughts together. Couldn't string two thoughts together. Okay. Fine. That's your opinion. You're welcome to your opinion. I gave him some crap for that. But the truth is, hey, at the end of the day, believe what you want, but don't tell everybody else this what you're believing is the truth. It's not the truth. It's not. Okay. I think it's kind of I thought it was pretty funny, to be honest, when everybody was like having that moment of like, this guy is kind of nuts, and I was sitting there like, is anybody else seeing the same thing I'm seeing? I was kind of shocked when people were like starting to come put it together. Like, so there were people who were so like big fans of CEL. I couldn't tell them like, hey, you might want to sell. I felt really bad trying to like like I was pulling the rug from under them. Hey, it's not working out so good. You know, it was kind of better that they figured it out on their own. We have one guy in our chat who today found out on his own, like, I don't think anything's working out the way we planned. And I'm just like, yeah, it's not. But it's okay, you know, we learn from doing, right? We learn from doing and not necessarily like from other people's mistakes. Sometimes you just have to learn and get the burn, right? I personally don't have a again, like I said, I wish it would worked out. You know, I was a big fan of it. You already heard what I had to say about the token itself, and also what its potentials could be. He was talking about how there's a potential for it to I can't remember. It was like a potential to do some crazy like ecosystem things, and I'm just like, bro, you're talking up the wrong tree. You're barking up the wrong tree. I was the one who was talking some mad stuff about what they could do. You know, if it was me, y'all know I talked about this on Sunday. I believe in being completely and overall like Walt Disney. I turned to Walt Disney about it. I believe in it that much. You know what I mean? You create a whole universe in that little app. It's already eating up all that data. Do you have? I don't know if you guys use. I don't know if you guys use it. I don't know if some of y'all may use it. But I'm gonna tell you a secret. On the Android version, it eats up so much data, y'all. It pretty much destroys your it gobbles up so much space on your phone. Like, we're talking about 1/5 of your phone. Okay, I was updating that thing like it was nothing. You pretty much have to have a separate phone for that thing, in my opinion. At this point, the way they're at, I don't think they know how to code. That sounds now I'm just throwing accusations. Greg is gonna come in the chat and stop me. Y'all, that chat went wild. I gotta say, that chat. The reason why I'm doing this show tonight is because that chat went so wild, bro. I gotta say, there was so many things happening. That chat was like, it went on fire. Some of the stuff people said. Some of the stuff people were saying. Yo, listen. I'm not saying any of the things that were said in that chat. I'll say this. I'm just proud that I'm the one who had the honor of having his post deleted. Okay, I was the first to get my stuff deleted in that chat. Okay, courtesy of Greg. And I don't listen. No hard feelings. I completely understand why. I posted that same meme. I think it was in OG Finance. I posted that same meme. I got crickets. Nobody said anything. I think Art was the only one who said something. Hey, Art. Speaking of Art, I'm a shout out to Art. Art Suave. He says one of the 48 laws of power. Crush your enemy totally. Yo, no, shout out to you, bro. Oh, Yin's trying to destroy. Yo, that is facts, bro. I have no sympathy. Listen, again, he don't like me. That's okay. I'm not gonna be for everybody. That's just life. But for me, when I went in, I was like, yo, I have to go in. He's been having it too good. No one has really outright challenged him like the way I normally challenge somebody is just like, not to say everyone else hadn't, but the way I do it is just unique. I just went in there and I didn't stop. It was almost like the floodgates had opened and all hell broke loose. Like the freaking chat. There was people in the chat who didn't even know we're in the phone. There was people in the Q4 chat. I didn't even know we're in there, bro. They got in there. They got in there. They were like, listen, okay. I'm not trying to. Again, I don't have anything against. I don't have anything against him. Okay. I wish the best for him. Okay, but it's a cold day in hell. Okay, it's a cold day in hell before anybody else is gonna convince me that thing is successful. Okay, it's not a success. It was a success to Mashinsky. Okay, he made his bag. He got the bag. He good. That's a success. It's not a success for the holders. Okay, if you're a whale, that's a different story. You've made your x quad 1000x, right? You've made that. That's fine, and God bless you. What I'm saying is the normie who I told you guys last week. I said this guy was targeting normies. That was his market. That's why he went with the regulators. The reason why you would go to the regulators is so you can get to, Plumber Joe the plumber, right? If you're going after Joe the plumber, you gotta go and you want to play the good boy game, which I said to you on Sunday was stupid. If you want to do that, you gotta go through the parasites, and the parasites run the empire, right? They got everybody's green leaves, man. They the ones collecting all the green leaves, so they printing that green leaf when things don't work out for them. But for the most part, they got all the green leaves, and they all say, hey, you gotta give us some more green leaves if you want us to participate and help you not to get wrecked by us. You know what I mean? It's almost like a mafia. You know what I mean? It's almost that's just allegedly. It's almost like the mafia. I'm just saying. I've seen mafia tactics before. I've lived in areas where that it's just the same methods. Now my point is, he wanted to go after the normie, right? So that was his game. It turns out going after the normie was all a plan to swindle, right? The normie, right? To pull one over on the normie and to go after people who already were invested, right? There's people who are investing already in the token. He's like, hey, how would you like to also invest in the company? We've already been successful. You already are a holder. Look at all the people we've got on board, right? The people have become the product. I'm going to say that again. The people have become the product. The user is just a number. I mean, look right here. They're talking about all the users they have all the time. We have billions, quadrillions. Now, you may think that's normal, and that's fine. A lot of companies do it. That's true. But the whole point was to get this specific demographic. They're not going after the regular crypto guy. They're going after Joe the plumber. They're going after Susie Smith. They're going after people with 9-to-5 jobs. They're going after people who don't really know how to use, crypto. I mean, think about it. Unbank yourself, blah, blah, blah. People who are interested in having higher APY, who don't know any better. They don't know how time and all this stuff works. They don't have time for that. They're too busy. They got kids. They got all sorts of responsibilities. They just want to live a normal life. So they don't know they're none the wiser. They don't get it. And that's okay. Everyone has a right to do that. But my point is, it's predatory. Okay? Again, I'm not saying regulate him or whatever. I'm saying just pay attention to what the person is doing. He's very methodical. The guy plays stupid, but actually he's really devious. He's really devious. The more I do my research, actually, the more I realize, this guy is a pimp. Okay? I'm saying it now. He's a pimp. He's a crypto pimp. I shouldn't have said crypto. He is in the shadow world too. Okay? He's underground just like us. And if you look at his old videos, he playing a salesman game like a slick snake, man. I was like, he almost sold me the car. You know what I mean? He almost got me to sign up just from an old commercial. I'm exaggerating, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's you have to be delicate. It's a very, very, very careful man. He's a very careful man. So he plays the game. Everything he's doing, even when he's appealing to a certain new demographic, right? We'll say Karen. He's appealing to Karens. It's very on the nose, very on purpose. Okay? He knows what he's doing. Okay? The man knows what he's doing. So, going back to my main point, when you have Mr. Mysterio over here talking about this nonsense and everybody's jumping in on him, it's well deserved in my opinion. Not to gaslight anybody, not to blame the victim or whatever. It was earned because he's talking about, he reminds me of another YouTuber I won't mention. We all know this YouTuber, okay, very well. We know this YouTuber very well, but we won't mention it. But revisionism is a thing of I just can't stand it. Revisionism is my one pet peeve. You can do a lot, but you can't revise history when I'm like, I've been there. Okay, if I was there, you can't convince me of something. Okay, that's just stop. Like, you're insulting my intelligence now. You know, it's one thing if you think I'm stupid, that's fine. But to tell me I'm stupid in my face, come on, bro. Just stop. That's just the thing. That's like, come on, what are you doing now? You're killing me here. But my point about that is, you know, he's talking about all this smack talk and about how it's, people are, if they just hold, it'll work out and everything. It's just like, dude, there's no holding. The people were the product so that he could get more investors in the company, right, to support the company. It's like its own chart. The channel of dreams, it's his dreams. They his dreams, okay? He made his dreams, all right? He good, all right? That chart you see where it's going up, that's him. That's his chart, not your chart. Your chart's that chart Voice My Ambition posted today, doing this. just like that plane that's descending. You know, that's what that chart is. And I hate to say it like that because it sounds mean, but it's the truth. And what do we do here? We look at the truth, no matter how dark it is, no matter how evil it is, no matter how, sad it is, right, and depressing it is. We have to look at the truth, and we have to accept it, because that's the only way we can grow. If you want to grow, you have to look at the truth and stop lying. You want answers? Look at the truth, stop lying. And then you can start the process of getting better, like fixing it. You know, if you look in the mirror and you haven't taken a shower in 5 days, you stink, you look nasty, take a shower. You know what I mean? You can't just sit there and go, oh, well, if I just not take a shower for 2 more days, it'll work out. No. You know, that's what he's telling me basically. I'm like, what is this? Is this holding forever? For what? For what? You're just going to take this small APY forever? Okay, well, that's for you. The rest of the chat should not do that, ever. You should do your own research. But I got to go back to that chat. Going back to the chat. We got to go back to that chat because that chat was just, we had so many people. I mean, people I didn't even know how to act who were even looking at that chat, okay? And people were saying some spicy things. I mean, for example, Zebo got in there, and I just didn't even know what to think. And Sam, Chris, I mean, it's just the whole chat was just insanity. You know, I just couldn't even believe what was going on. People from other chats were coming in this chat. It's just like, if you scroll back, I'm sure. So there's sometimes you go to a chat and you kind of scroll back. You can see the whole week and sometimes in a chat, or a whole day in one chat, right? Like in one screen. You don't have to scroll up or down. This chat, you couldn't even, listen, if you turn off your phone and you load your Telegram again, I'm telling you, it's going to take you at least 10 minutes for this shit to load up. It loaded up. I went to the store. I just went to the store. I went to the store just to go get something to eat because I didn't cook. I didn't cook anything, right? I just didn't cook anything. I said, all right, I'm going to go to the store and get something. And I had a long day. I ran to the store as fast as I could. Also got some wires for this new setup. So I went to the store. I came back, and that was only an hour. And I looked down, and it looked like 10 days went by. I was scrolling, and I was like, yo, I don't have time to read all this. And it was just like meme, insult, debate me, bro. Debate me, bro. Yo, if Sam and Mysterio have a debate, I'm telling you, man, if they have a debate, that's going to be an event. I hope they do. I hope they do it, bro. I really do. And listen, I don't have any desire. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna tell the truth. I don't have any desire to debate the guy, because if you really, to me, if you're that convinced, have it. You know what I mean? Like, it's your life, it's your money. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it's your money. to me, it's like, what do I gain from this, right? I know the truth about this token, and it ain't performing. There's so many people who are smarter than me about the Shadowverse that have already looked at the thing and had taken almost a year of convincing me, yo, this is trash. What are you doing? Voice My Ambition. I'm gonna say it again. Voice My Ambition already said, hey, this is not. He flooded the crap out of it in the beginning. I was like, what are you doing? I was a detractor. I was completely like, no, don't do this to me. You know what I mean? Like, I went through the whole the 7 stages of grief. You know, it's the truth. And to add the whole grow, which we'll talk about that in the future. I think that's going to be a good episode. We'll talk about grow and how that changed me. That definitely changed me. So on top of that and all the things that had happened this year, right? I'm gonna say it really set itself firmly in my mind. It really did. And it really like made me go and like learn to do my research. Like, I learned the hard way to do my research. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't just go and say blah 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 blah. I'm a shadow expert. No. I lost tens of thousands before I was like, all right, let me go ahead and actually really do my research and learn how this works. And I mean like tens, bro. Like, we're not playing games here. Like, we really, like, I felt the burn, yo. Like, I'm seeing I'm seeing dudes like Tom Bombadil. No offense, Tom. If you listen to this, he probably not listening to this. Listen, no offense, Tom. You know, God bless you. I really truly believe that. You know, I want him to make it. But when I see Tom Bombadil making it with one play, like this one play, and my black ass ain't even made 2, not even one of all the plays I put in, and I haven't quote unquote made it. Yo, that's a wake up call, bro. That's gonna teach you, hey, you need to go get in there and do your research and really get in there and actually learn what the heck you're doing. You know, not just YOLO, money everywhere. You know, although I'm sure if you put $100 in every coin at the beginning, you probably get something. But who wants to do that? That's stressful. You wake up one morning and then another coin rugs you. I'm like, who needs that? Like one coin, one of your MetaMask says $2 million, and then in like 2 minutes it disappears because the other coin was a rug pull. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was a scam. Like, my MetaMask is ruined. Like, who needs that? My blood pressure already getting high from this stuff. It ain't worth it. But again, let's pull it back. I want to pull back. The big takeaway from today, if you're going to take anything away, is it's okay to like something that everybody is fudding, right? As long as you understand the risk for why you're doing the thing you're doing, and you understand that what you like about it, right, is a personal thing, and that you can't actually convince other people, or shouldn't convince other people that they should get it because of your personal thing, right? You have a loyalty to the corporation. I think it's ridiculous, but I understand that, right? I understand the misplaced loyalty, whatever, to the corporation or whatever, but you can't translate that into it's a fact that it's good, it's got tokenomics. That's not the same thing. It's not the same thing, okay? Its past performance had a mission. There was a purpose behind it. Okay, after I had done extensive research, okay, on the actual performance, the timelines of what was going on with the company, what mission. I listened to those AMAs backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. Bro, I brainwashed myself with this AMA. Don't do what I did, y'all. This is not healthy. What I did was not healthy. I was researching a little too much. So you definitely take a break when you do that kind of thing. But what I'm trying to say is, after I did all that, the conclusion I came to was this was not a naturally occurring, increasing coin. He already said it himself that the company has the majority of the bag, and they themselves are moving things the way they want to, manipulating however they want to. That's already out in public. That's a well-known fact. So you can't tell me all this stuff and then tell me everything's normal, everything's okay, it's part of the plan. No. The plan is done. The plan's done. He he's good. You know what I mean? You're the past. Okay, this thing is, he's probably gonna use it for something when he's in a corner one day. Maybe that's a possibility. But until then, it's up in the air. Nobody knows. I say it's over until he feels like, okay, I think now we can use this. It's like his trump card. When all else fails, let's do a little something different with the token. Let's give it some utility, because the man already is used you. You're done. He's finished. He's moving on. Why do you think they're doing this stuff? This 600 blah 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 for BTC or whatever. He knows this thing had hit a certain number. He needs it to get up again. So he needs help. He's not gonna put until $5. He already proved it. We left. We were the golden goose, guys. We were the golden goose. Okay, we were supporting him for free. So this is just a big wake up call for everybody. Do your own research. Make sure that it's not. Make sure that if it's a token that's from Mindset, be very, very just do more research. Do more research, okay, for your own protection. Definitely, you want to look into it, and it's not because it's a Mindset, course thing. What I'm trying to say is, just because it's a mind course thing, don't let your guard down. Okay, don't let your guard down. You have to be even more on your guard. Okay, you have to look at it and see the timeline. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and look at the chat and to see where we are. I'm sure I'm way behind. Let me have a quick look. Long Fam says, "What's good, Yen? Hey, yo, what's up, brother? Thank you for joining us." Atelier Crypto says, "Let's review that chat." Yes, we will. We're doing it now. And then Long Fam says, "When 14K sell, bro?" Let me tell you something. That 14K ain't not ever ending. That's always going to be consistent. Art Suave says, "Might as well put the coin on Coinbase." Brian don't want none of that. Brian gonna look at that thing. He says, "No." He's good. He's like, "We're good." Oh my God. He said trying to play it safe and play the game didn't work. Hey, playing the game definitely didn't work. That's a good lesson for everybody. You cannot play game with these people. When there's blood, listen, when there's blood in the water, they're going to play you, bro. They're going to play you. They're going to play you good. Let me see. Atelier Crypto says, "If the CEL ambassadors worked with Charlie to dump on Mindset community." That's crazy. Now, I don't know that, okay? I would hope that's not true. I don't, in my personal opinion, I don't think Charlie would do that, right? I've talked to Charlie before. I never gotten the impression that he would do that. Okay, I'm gonna say that. That's I will say that much, right? I don't think it's in Charlie to coordinate a dump on the customer. That's definitely, I don't know. That's put it this way. Until further notice, I'm gonna say that. Okay, let's play the political game. Until further notice, until something else happens, I'm gonna hold on that. Let me hold on that one, okay? You know why? It's because he had been harping on that for so long. I'm like, that has to be on the front of his mind when it comes to like what he's willing to support. That's probably why he wouldn't support a couple of tokens when they were like kind of new. We'll see how it goes. Time tells all truths. I don't think he did. I don't think he did. But we'll, like you just said, we'll see. Let me see. Art Swab says, most that were in the Mindset course bought in early and did well. That is true. That is 100% true. A lot of us held on too long. Yes, that is true. And should have sold sooner. That is true. But we still made out okay. 100%. That is true. We have a lot of people who bought in at... There was one guy who bought in at 50 cents. There was one guy who bought in at like 50 cents. And he held until like it was... until it was like almost early $4. When I said it was going to be $3, that's when he sold. I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. And then he went back up. I felt bad. About that. Let me see. Art says sell bag was flipped for X. I'm sorry, dude. Oh man. Long Fam says, lesson learned, lower opium dosage. Me too, bro. Me too. My opium dosage is low, bro. I keep it down to the rock bottom now. Voltron 2018 says, only Q4 OGs did good. Oh, Voltron throwing the spice. He said everybody else got used as exit liquidity for Chad Masinski. Yo, that's too truthful. Don't say that. Oh man. Long Fan said, oof. Voltron said that pent up frustration, bro. I feel that pain, bro. Rigoberto says, pay per view S versus Mysterio. Yo, listen, if we get that would be the game of the year. I would watch that fight, bro. I would watch that debate like it was football, bro. I will call the day off. I will take the day off just to watch that 100%. Long Fam says, we got rugged hard, boy. I try to listen. I was trying not to say that, but yeah. Deep emotional investment. That's a big one. See, that's the one that gets me the most, right? I could talk about this all day. That's what gets me the most is the emotional investment of you envisioning yourself. You know, I'm a big person on like envisioning your success, envisioning because it's true. If you envision something long enough and you take action like, towards your goal, you will make it. That's the problem. It's like an extra. You get it's an extra little knife in the wound when that happens. You know, when this kind of thing happens, you kind of wake up from the dream, and when you wake up from the dream, you kind of in a ditch. You gotta wake up. It's like waking up. It's like waking up sober. You got a headache. You don't feel right. Your body don't feel right. Your back hurt. Why does your shoulder hurt? You're limping. What's going on? You know, your blood pressure is kind of weird right now. It's weird. It's not good. You know, whose pants are these? That's not good. Oh man, why am I talking about my girl like that? Oh man, no, I didn't say anything. Oh man, so Long Fan says, ooh, 59K BTC. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. That hurts a little bit. But hey, you know what? It's gonna come back up anyway. I'm not too worried. Voice My Ambition says Cell was the invisible rug. You know how in Call of Duty there's the no scope 360 mode. I feel like Cell is the no scope 360 rug because you can't say it really rug. You know, it basically was a rug, but you can't really say it because people get all mad. They're like, it's not technically a rug. A rug is when this happens. And you're like, but I get what you're saying, but what they promised and what they delivered were not the same thing. You know what I mean? Everybody else be bouncing back, but not them, bro. They doing the worst. And nobody's talking about that token. Anyways, we could go into a cycle of talking about this whole thing for years. It's awful. You know what? They're gonna be if someone does a documentary about this, I would like to speak on that documentary because I will absolutely. Oh man, I will throw the whole pie in their face, bro. I will not even hold back. Atelier says, I hate Cell so much. I need to get. I'm gonna, bruh. I might get a poster framed like this Bruce Lee poster. I might get that framed up here with that, something like that. You'll see. Let me see. Atelier says, I gotta get glasses, boys. It might be time to get some glasses for me. I'm gonna have to read it like this. Atelier says, CC and Miguel were still suggesting 5% allocation. Oh, he said that was very disrespectful. Oh man, I'll be honest with you. There was some classes I missed, and I won't lie, I was overworked, bro, during that time. So I think I missed that one because I definitely would have been laughing. Voice My Ambition said 2021 open mindset. Yo, why'd you have to hit me? Yo, I feel like I've been murdered. Oh man, that's evil, bro. I love it. Long Fam says Celsius Salicious is like, yeah, salicious is the new insult right there. It's like he gets stabbed and someone goes salicious. Aleph the Nemesis says, "What's up, Aleph?" He says, "Celsius Cult Recovery Support Group webinar 99.799." Yo, if you give me a link, a referral link. I want a kickback. I want a kickback for that. Make me feel better for all this. Atelier Crypto says, haha, he's laughing. Cody W says, bulletproof portfolio. Don't say that. Oh, man. Hey, the bulletproof portfolio is made of C4. Oh, man. Anyways, yo, this is evil, bro. Like, it's straight up like, I don't know, man. Someone said to me I was being too mean the other day about it, and I was just like, I'm just living life. I'm not even trying to like insult anybody. Like, this is just my experience, so I don't know what to tell you. I keep it. Look. I'll tell you what. I'll be quiet. If CEL hits 300 EOI, I want to see it do a 3. It's not even gonna do 100. It won't even do 100. He said CEL. Okay. Mysterio said CEL at $10. I think that's what he said. $10. Yeah, I think I'm gonna say. I think he said $10. Celsius at $10 at the end of the year. It's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Maybe $5. $4.99. I'll believe that. $4.99. I'll believe that. I still say $3. That's my call. Maybe. Oh, what do you say? $300 now. I'm just saying that just to drive him nuts. I have a feeling he might see this video, so I'm just saying that just to drive him nuts. Anyways, I think that's it for tonight. I think I've made my point. I think I've driven it home. Hit the like button if you like this. I appreciate your time. God bless you. Thank you for putting up with my ridiculousness. And the next time we'll figure out what we're going to talk about. I mean, there's lots that's going on. I'm sure something else terrible will happen that we can all laugh at. We'll probably be hurting a little bit by it. I'm going to knock on wood because I said that. Hopefully nothing bad happens. I would love that to happen. I would love it to be a good week where nothing bad happens, only good gains, and everybody makes it, okay? Everybody makes it. Hallelujah. Amen. God bless you. Good night.